So we've actually got our first tomatoes, sun gold, ready to pick. A bit more colour to go on it. The Cherokee purple are getting pretty big at the moment. Now this little Beth Alpha has been very prolific. As of all the cucumbers, to be honest. I know England's been struggling, but we have been spoilt up here in the Highlands. So I wasn't really sure what we were going to have for dinner, but I guess the veggie patch is determined for us. We're going to be having runner beans, salad with cos lettuce, cucumber, tomatoes, spring onions, and then a mix of leafy greens, Cavolo Nero, Siberian kale and Russian kale. And to be honest, I think we'll be having some red oak leaf lettuce as well, because this stuff is growing like crazy. I mean, there was no... I think everything with gardening is trial and error, and it's better to have too much than not enough, let's face it. But really, considering we've been eating so much salad every day, we could have probably grown a little bit less. Looks like we've got enough to feed all of Inverness here. I mean, that's just a few leaves, a few outer leaves off a couple of plants. And I mean, look at all of that. It's just crazy. I think Betsy uprooted this bad boy. So it's going to be our first harvested onion. Find somewhere to hang it up to dry. So we have harvested our first potatoes from the back, and they were absolutely amazing. Maris Pipers. So we're going to have some more potatoes for dinner, but instead of harvesting from the veg patch, we've got a random potato plant or two that have been growing in the old compost pile. So we're going to have a go at digging them up and see what we can find. So one of our subscribers, Rachel, has asked us to talk about companion plants, and this year we haven't really done any companion planting. We have done in the past, but this year we haven't bothered, and we haven't really needed to be honest, and I'll show you some footage from the eye in the sky and you'll see why. But for potatoes, generally you can plant beans, cauliflower, broccoli, strawberries, garlic, onions and spinach. So all of them make good companion plants for potatoes, and that will enhance the nutrient uptake and, you know, work well together. Certain things, you know, they don't work as well when you grow them side by side, like beans and onions. So that's why we've separated the beans from the onions on the veggie patch. But aside from that, we haven't really done much of it this year. Well, I can see some green ones already. A lot of green ones actually.
Whoa! Oh my days! Look at that monster!
Still quite a few green ones. Well, there we go, our first baked potato.
That's humongous.
So here you can see these, some of these are green, and that's because they've reached the surface and sunlight have got on them. That's why earthing them up will stop them going green. But you can always cut the green bits off.
Bunny's come to inspect them.
So there you have it. So it's rhubarb picking time again. Probably one of the most prolific plants we've got on this veggie patch. Yeah, if you want to come here and have a look at this one, once you're fitting. This started out pretty much as one plant. As you can see here now, hopefully, it's sort of 3 crowns. Next season we can probably split this into 3 plants. So here's 1, 2 and 3. So we can dig this up as one big plant and then gently tease it apart to get 3 smaller ones, and then they'll just expand and bush out like they've done here already. Now rhubarb, I only just found out, it's in traditional Chinese medicine, it's really good for I think digestion, blood pressure, you know, I think 5 fairly important things, so definitely worth growing yourself some rhubarb. So here's the metre square bed, a little update for this bad boy. Hopefully I can put a side by side together so you can see a comparison of what happens in a couple of weeks. This is all, well, you could start picking this right now. Obviously not the beetroot, but it's all looking very, very healthy. So we've got the Cavallonero, the Paris Island cos lettuce, leeks, spring onions and the beetroot.
Hello, little croucher. It's the first time she's done it. Oh.
Oh, you're a little croucher. Oh yeah. Hello. These girls have been getting on very well with the old girls. There's been pretty much no bickering, has there? Hey? No.
Been very nice too.
They've all got their nice red combs now, which shows you that they're laying or about to lay. Oh yes. Oh.
Your basket's been attacked.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my days. That's my dinner, not yours. Yours is coming.
They've already had 2 Jericho lettuces.
Oh, there you go. So, into the tomato tent. Now, companion plants for tomatoes, calendula, chives, radishes, sage, marigolds and nasturtiums. They all basically provide pest control for tomato plants. Here we've got the Gardener's Delight that's just starting to turn colour. Obviously cherry tomatoes, we've eaten a few of these. Sun Gold. And these are just probably my favourite, to be honest. Cherry tomatoes, oh my days.
Yellow pear heritage variety.
No, this is a yellow pear heritage variety. What's this one here?
Gardener's Delight.
Oh, some more Gardener's Delight. We've got San Mazzanos down here, which is a plum tomato obviously. Looking amazing. And then the purple Cherokee. This is obviously a beefsteak tomato, but these are just monsters. So yeah, more purple Cherokee.
Used to chop them up and put them in curries, didn't they?
Good for curries. Oh, lush. So
Cucumbers are loaded.
we've got cucumbers coming out of our ears. Beth Alpha, that's probably its last. The other cucumbers have got flowers on, so they'll probably produce some more. But they're looking like they'll need a bit of a feed. And see, they're just absolutely laden. And look at the size of that one.
That's gone too big.
It's gone too big, most likely.
They're Merlin, those ones.
Merlin. So Sarah wants some cherry tomatoes for dinner.
They're on the inside ones.
So we'll go and have a look at them. So the conservatory has been the greenhouse for the cherry tomatoes. As you can see, they are laden. So I'll be picking some of these. So these Paris Island have just suddenly shot up.
They're Jericho.
My apologies, these Jericho have suddenly shot up. I think the Paris Island, they're looking very tasty. So yeah, we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jerichos. They have lasted us, well, a couple of months now. Constant pickings, day after day. They've just finally started to go to seed. Got a couple of spring onions. Lovely. Now I'll show you the progress of the squashes. We have got a monster crown prince right here. Sarah's put a bit of lag in on the whiskey barrel to protect it. We've should probably pick some French beans as well, actually, or runner beans rather. Now here's a gargantuan crown prince. It's getting to pumpkin size now. The butternut has produced absolute sweet FA. I think the crown prince has just dominated it.
One more crown prince down there. That was a tennis ball.
Oh, and here's the other crown prince hiding. That was the size of a tennis ball a week ago, and now it's more of a baby skull. Down here we have got the curry, which lovely vibrant orangey yellow colour. Pity it's a very strange shape, it's kind of off-putting. And here's another curry. Got a few little ones, but I doubt they'll get to anything. Another big one there. Just covered in it.
French beans. So come back there now.
Courgettes. I think maybe we'll do what our subscriber suggested and bake that bad boy, cut it in half. There's loads of courgettes in here going a bit rotten now. There's just so many, you just can't eat them. There's a huge one in there. Should we pick them to have dinner tomorrow? There we go. A couple of marrows. So these French beans, I think last you saw, were rather pathetic. All had their tops taken off and it didn't look like they were going to do anything. And Here they are, they've reached the top. We've had our first few French beans. Absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't look like there's any ready to pick now, but there's certainly a load of runner beans. The runner beans, actually, because we haven't had that much rain, they've sort of gone a bit weird and shriveled, so certainly make sure you water these because they are very demanding, especially with the sandy soil that we've got, because once they go big they are really tough, not very nice. You can sort of peel the outer edge because that's where it's all stringy, but oh, it's a lot of faff. I think if they've got to the right size, you're better off picking them, and if you're not going to eat them that night, just putting them in the fridge. At least they're edible then. As soon as you let them get too big, that's it really. So we've got salad for tonight, and then tomorrow night we'll have these runner beans, some baked zucchini, courgette, and we're going to dig up some potatoes now, have with that. The girls are having the flowering heads of the Swiss chard. A chicky delicacy.
Joni's going through a bit of a molt.
Oh, molting Joni. The ducks have broken into the composter. Hello. Oh, it's dog.
Oh God, that's better.
What's going on, Bo? What's going on? Is that for me? Is it? Is that... Am I allowed that? Am I? Should I give it to Bets? Huh? Hey, it's here, Bull. Read it. Bull, it's here. Silly boy. You ready? Are you steady? Oh. It's here. Hello. Meow. Hey. So, potato digging time. So there we go. Tonight's salad and tomorrow's dinner. And we'll get some more salad for tomorrow night as well. Happy days. Living the dream. So we'll get some cucumbers to go with the salad.
We'll just put that one.
There we go. Happy, happy days. Hello girls. You're after some tomatoes. That one's going to the girls. Got a bit over. So it's time. We're going to get the onions harvested before they rot, as one of the smaller ones has started to rot. We're going to pick them up, put them on this old door, and then we've got a drying rack over here where we're going to leave them for a week maybe, depending how it goes. So Sarah's already made a start. So I'll pass them to you. I think this right here is the daddy. Oh, it's got a good root system and a worm. Beautiful. So here we go. A door covered in onions. I don't think I ever expected it to do this well. I know whenever you buy organic onions from the supermarket, they're generally quite small. So to end up with some absolute monsters, I'm over the moon. Oh! Go to you, I think.
Oh my goodness. That is insane.
Must have about a ton of onions.
Oh, maybe we would need a second space for that.
So here's the drying rack. We'll transfer these over there, leave enough space between hopefully, and yeah, hopefully that'll be enough space. If not, we'll have to set this second rack up somehow. So there we go, harvested, hung out to dry. And we do this for how long?
I think a week.
A week. Maybe give them a turn at some point. Oh, so we've grown a handful of onions before, over 5 years ago, so it wasn't an impressive harvest back then, and I think it put us off growing them again, to be honest.
Clay soil in Warwickshire.
Yeah, like Sarah just said, the clay soil in Warwickshire is not best suited for onions. Having the sandy soil here, free draining, it's obviously perfect for them, and just couldn't be happier with the results. Just absolutely brilliant.